We are finally at the most interesting time in the NBA. The NBA playoffs, the regular season has come to an end, and we now have our official schedule and matchups for the NBA playoffs. So, of course, we have to test out how NBA 2K19 does in predicting the NBA playoffs. We're at NBA 2K19 right now. We just did start today in my league, and I'm controlling every team. That way I have no impact. Everything is going to be fully automated, and we're just going to find out who 2K predicts to win the NBA playoffs. And then after the playoffs, we're going to see how accurate they actually were. So starting off in round number 1, if you guys haven't seen the matchups already, we got the Bucks versus the Pistons, the Celtics versus the Pacers, 76ers versus the Nets, Raptors versus the Magic, and then over in the West, we got Warriors versus Clippers, Rockets versus Jazz, Trailblazers versus OKC, and Denver versus the San Antonio Spurs. So leave your comment down below. Which team do you actually want to win? What team are you rooting for in the playoffs? I'm rooting for the Raptors because they are my favorite team. And let's just find out how good they will do here. Okay, so starting off after simulating the first game in every series, we got Golden State getting their first game. The Rockets win, OKC wins, and San Antonio with the first game upset versus the Denver Nuggets. Over in the East, we got all the top seeds winning their first game. So let's go into a second game right here and see how it ends up turning out. So after the second round, we have a lot of tied series in the West. The Clippers tied up, the Jazz tied up, so all tied over in the West. Philadelphia and the Raptors, the only ones with a 2-0 lead. And now simulating another round. I accidentally simulated a few games for a few teams, but the Raptors are up to a 3-0 lead now. Philadelphia 3-1. Over in the West, we have a few 2-1 leagues. The Clippers are actually leading against the Warriors. The Trailblazers with the lead as well. And then Denver and San Antonio tied up. So let's go over to our team. So let's go over to our series where our teams are leading. So let's find out if the Raptors could get a 4-0 win. Raptors up 197 in game number 4. This is for the 4-0 sweep against the Orlando Magic. Let's see if they can pull it off here. Only 20 seconds left in the game as well. Shot clock running down. It does look like the Raptors are going to win. The Magic had to foul here, but for some reason, they do not care about staying in the playoffs. 3 seconds left. Kawhi Leonard inside. He's going to hit that, and that is going to end the game there. So Raptors going to be our first team to move on to the second round. We got two teams now with a 3-1 lead. A huge upset over here in the West. Clippers are up 3-1, and then Philly might beat the Nets. And with 13 seconds left in the game, the 76ers with a 19-point lead. So they're going to be our second team moving on to the second round, defeating the Brooklyn Nets, who are only able to pull off one game. So the 76ers moving on, checking out some other series. Celtics and Pacers all tied up. The Bucks with a 3-1 lead. Same with the Clippers as well as the Houston Rockets. They're both up 3-1. And then our other two series in the West are all tied up 2-2. And in Game 5 in the Jazz versus Rockets series, the Rockets are up by 3 points. They do have a 3-1 lead. Let's see if the Jazz can tie it up. Donovan Mitchell from 3, and he ties the game up. So Donovan Mitchell with the clutch shot there. Let's see what Harden can do. I'm assuming he's going to take the last shot. Coming inside right here, and that's no good. Clint Capella with the missed dunk, and the Jazz taking forever, and it is going to overtime. And in overtime, we're all tied up with 14 seconds left. Looks like Chris Paul is at the free throw line right here. And he does get his first shot to fall. Now his second shot is good as well. There's a glitch in the game where it says it's the second overtime, despite it being only the first one. When you go into Simcast, that happens for some reason. Looking like the Rockets are going to take this one. The Jazz with another opportunity here. Let's see if Donovan Mitchell maybe can clutch up, hit another 3, almost open up. See if he's going to go for a 3, and a defensive 3-second violation. So Donovan Mitchell going to get the free throw, and then they will actually get the ball back. Big mistake on the Rockets right there. Not a good place to get that call. Here we go, Donovan Mitchell trying to get inside. I'm assuming he's going to go up for it, and James Harden with some great defense. That should end it right there. Harden with those MVP chants. Gets the first free throw. Second free throw is good as well. 3-point lead now. All right, so the Jazz, one last opportunity here. Donovan Mitchell wide open in the corner, but they don't pass it to him. There we go. He puts it up, and it is no good. So the Rockets are going to defeat the Jazz. So now we have 3 teams moved on from the first round. Denver is going to take a 3-2 lead. OKC with a 3-2 lead. Of course, we still got the Clippers up there, and the Celtics with a 3-2 lead now over the Indiana Pacers. So all these games could end within their next game. And with 35 seconds left in game number 5, the Bucks with a 5-point lead, and they have the 3-1 series lead. Giannis could have missed that shot right there, though. Blake Griffin down to Reggie Jackson with the and one. See if he can hit this free throw right here, and he breaks the free throw. What an awful miss. And now they're just gonna have to foul the buck. Chris Middleton gonna miss his second shot, so only a 4-point lead. All right, so here we go. A huge steal by the Bucks there. Who was that? Brogdon with the steal. That was big, and it looks like the Bucks are gonna end the game right here with that steal. And then the LA Clippers are going to get a huge upset over the Golden State Warriors. Unfortunately, I simulated it too long, and we actually missed out on some gameplay there. But they win 125 to 118. A huge upset right there. That is absolutely crazy. How do we get over to the... Okay, there we go. So JaMychal Green dropping 26 Zubox with an insane game. What is going on here? I cannot believe the Clippers just defeated the Warriors. And the Spurs win 111 to 104 versus the Denver Nuggets. So they're going to force a game number 7 in that series. With 11 seconds in game number 6, OKC and Portland all tied up. OKC does have the series lead. So Portland needs to win here if they want to keep on playing. 2 seconds left in the game. Rodney Hood puts up the 3. It is no good. We are going to overtime. And in overtime, OKC with a 3-point lead, getting the best of the Trailblazers. 25 seconds left in the game. Let's see if OKC can get this victory and move on to the second round. OKC kind of my pick from the West, personally, to make it out of the West, or they're a team I want to. Westbrook with the fadeaway, but it's no good. Portland with one more chance to tie this up. Here we go with Aminu. They got to get to the 3-point line right here. Gonna give it to Rodney Hood. Puts up the 3, and it's good. We are going to a second overtime. And in second OT, OKC going to be up. It says fourth overtime. We're only in the second one. They're up by 4 points right here. So they're going to get the victory and move on to the second round. So OKC going to be our 6th team to move on. We got 2 more games left in the first round. And the Celtics are going to eliminate the Indiana Pacers with a 110 to 94 win in game number 6. And then our one and only game number 7 of the first round, we got Denver versus the Spurs. Let's see who's gonna move on. And I accidentally simulated the whole game, but the Nuggets are gonna get an easy victory over the Spurs in game number 7. So now moving on here, one huge upset is the Clippers beating the Golden State Warriors. OKC beat the Trailblazers, but that would be a really good matchup in real life. Then over in the East, everything went as planned, as in terms of seeding. Let's see what happens here in the second round. After our first set of games, the Clippers again going to be up against the Houston Rockets. The Nuggets taking a 1-0 lead. The Raptors and Bucks also taking a 1-0 lead. And after our second round, we got 3 teams all tied up, and the Raptors with a 2-0 lead. And after 3 games, the Celtics up 2-1 over the Bucks. OKC up 2-1, and the Rockets up 2-1, and the Raptors with a 3-0 lead. And in game number 4, the Raptors with a 16-point lead. So this is going to be their second 4-0 victory. They have not dropped a game in the playoffs yet. 76ers were no match for them. Let's see if a team can actually get a game on them. Joel Embiid inside is their one last chance, and he bricks it anyways. But there we go. Raptors is going to be our first team moving on to the conference finals. And after 4 games, we got 2 ties. Bucks, Celtics tied up. Rockets and Clippers all tied up, and then OKC and Denver. OKC with a 3-1 lead, they can move on here. And OKC with a 3-point lead, remember they do. And OKC with a 3-point lead, remember if they do win this, they will move on to the conference final. Who would you want taking the shot in this moment for OKC? Would you want Westbrook or you want Paul George? Westbrook inside, and he's gonna miss that. I guess you'd want Paul George. The Nuggets need to score here if they want to stay in this game. And Steven Adams with a foul on Jokic. Jokic, his first free throw is going to be good to go. And his second free throw is good as well. He ties the game up. Here we go. OKC, if they score here, I'm assuming they will get the win. They'll probably get the last shot up here. I don't know why Dennis Schroeder is the one with the ball. There we go. Give it to PG-13. He's going to back down. Puts up the shot. And it is good to go. OKC with the 4-1 victory over the Denver Nuggets. Paul George with the clutch shot. That was crazy. We're having some good games here. Let's check out the replay on the buzzer beater right here. Paul George pulls up, mid-range shot, time winding down, and that is game. So OKC going to be our second team at the conference finals. Up next, we got two series all tied up. And both the Rockets and Milwaukee Bucks going to take a 3-2 lead. And with 16 seconds left, the Houston Rockets with a 6-point lead. So it looks like they are going to win this game. Patrick Beverley from 3, it's no good. And let's see if they put up another 3-point shot. Lou Williams this time, and he's going to miss that as well. So the Rockets with a nice 6-point victory, and they're going to be the next team to move on to the conference finals. So we have one game remaining in the semifinals. And with 16 seconds left in the game, the Celtics with a 3-point lead. So the Bucks can actually still win this. If the Bucks win, they move on. If the Celtics win, we're going to Game 7. Kyrie going to hit both of his free throws right here. Going to make it a little harder for the Bucks. Mirotic is injured. It's a great 3-point shooter for them. Middleton, the 3-pointer. That is going to be no good. And the Celtics are going to win it all right here. They're going to force a Game 7. And game number 7 was a huge blowout by the Bucks. Checking out just the scores each quarter. 32-8 in the first. They just easily won this. The Celtics almost came back at the end. But the Bucks are going to be our fourth and final team in the conference finals. So we have Houston versus OKC in the West and Milwaukee versus Toronto in the East. Who is going to make the NBA Finals? So in our game number 1s, Milwaukee and the Rockets both taking a 1-0 lead. The Raptors tied up in the East. The Rockets with a 2-0 lead in the West. And now the Bucks take a 2-1 lead. OKC finally gets a game. The Raptors tied up 2-2, and the Houston Rockets are up 3-1. OKC gonna get another game on the Rockets, and the Raptors are now up against the Bucks. And with 26 seconds left in game number 6, the Raptors are up by 9 points. So it looks like they are going to be our first team to move on to the NBA Finals. And there they are holding up that trophy. Our first team in the conference finals. And in the Western Conference Finals, the Rockets have a nice lead. So they are also going to be moving on to the NBA Finals. So there's the end to the game right there. If he hit that football shot, that would have been crazy. And here we go, heading into the NBA Finals. It's Raptors versus Rockets. I'm kind of happy the Warriors lost in the first round, because that gives my Raptors a good chance to actually win this thing. So let's hop right into game number 1. The Rockets are going to take a 1-0 lead. The Rockets take a 2-0 lead. There we go. The Raptors finally with a game. The Raptors tied all up 2-2. The Raptors take a 3. Let's head into Simcast now and see what goes on. So Raptors taking a lead here, up by around 9 points in the fourth quarter. The Rockets coming back though. They could force another game right here, but now the Raptors with over a 10-point lead, and it does look like the Raptors are going to win this game. So Raptors with a huge victory right here. They're going to get a nice easy win in game number 6, and they win the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, it is going to be on the road, but I'm not complaining about them winning at all because they are my favorite team. You guys are going to think this is rigged, but 2K is actually the one that rigged it. Our Raptors going to hit a final 3 at the end there just to make it even worse for the Rockets. Now let's find out who is going to get Finals MVP. I'm assuming it's going to be Kawhi Leonard. Okay, for some reason they aren't holding the trophies at all. They're just sitting on the stage. That's a little weird. I think Kawhi was the MVP here. I guess we'll find out right after. And it is going to be Kawhi Leonard, Finals MVP. 28.5 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.8 steals, 0.7 blocks, and he shot over 50% from the field goal and three-point line. So there we go. The Toronto Raptors win the NBA Finals. Let me know if this is how you want. Let me know if this is how you would like the playoffs to actually play out. Of course, if you're a Raptors fan like me, we're more than happy with this situation. But if you're another fan, obviously you want your team to win. But we'll see just how accurate NBA 2K ends up being when the real playoffs come around. But anyways, this has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never in the same space that we started at. Throw the ball, I run the play like a quarterback. I've been up all night trying to make a stack, trying to get a plaque and flip a dream into a solid fact. Hustled hard for it. One day they will notice. Chasing in the day.